Standing at the end of your mat, hands together, squatting down so your knees are just above 90, stepping one foot in front and to the side. Same on both sides. Trying to step to the side of your mat. Keeping low the entire time through the exercise. Backwards and forwards. Imagine you have a ceiling above your head and you're having to stay low to stay under that ceiling. The lower you go, the more challenging you will make this exercise. Shifting your weight to one foot, bringing the other knee up in front and to your side and down. If you find it hard to balance with your hands on your hips, feel free to have them out by your side for a balancing aid. If not, do as I'm doing here, knee up in front and out. Now let's do the same, but reverse order. So knee out to the side and then in front, side, in front. Trying to challenge yourself to see how high you can bring that knee. So again, the same on the other side, knee up and out. If you feel that it's hard to maintain your balance, again, you can release your hands from your hips. If not, give yourself a challenge with your balance by keeping the hands glued to your hips. See how high you can raise that knee, up in front and out to the side. Now let's go the opposite direction, out and in. Keeping the pace nice and steady. Not only are we warming up our hips and hip flexors, but also challenging and hopefully improving our balance in the process. Feet slightly wider than hip width apart. Point your toes in a few degrees, pressing into your toes and the balls of your feet lifting your heels off the ground. Each time you come up, hold for 1 to 2 seconds and control yourself on the way down. Creating the lift in your body from using your calf muscles and bringing your heels off the floor. Challenge yourself to see if you can go any higher. Hands together, widen your stance, bending one knee at a time while the other leg straightens. Come down, stay low, transfer your weight across to your other foot and back across and up. Now starting on the other side, down, across, back across and up. And alternate which side of your body you start on each rep. Making sure you stay nice and low while you transfer that weight from side to side. Keeping the pressure and the weight moving through the heels of your feet. Squatting. Feet slightly wider than hip width apart, toes pointing a few degrees out. Hands together on the way down, hands out on the way up. Feeling the majority of the weight through your heels of your feet, while the balls and toes are still planted firmly to the ground. Keep your knees pressed out, not allowing the knees to concave in. Nice and controlled on the way down, and the same on the way up. If you feel any knee pain on the way down, stop just above that. Find a range of movement that works for your body. Keep checking in. Can you go a little bit lower? Standing at the end of your mat with a slight bend in your knee, bringing your chest down, hands down till they touch the mat. If you need more bend in your knee, do so. Walking your hands out and coming back up to standing. Maintaining a strong core throughout the movement to help protect our back and challenge our core with this exercise. The further you walk your hands out in front of you, the more challenging it will feel. Shifting your weight to one leg, straightening the other foot out in front for a single leg squat, down and up. Each time you come down, touching the heel of your foot out in front of you and touching the heel of your foot beneath you when you come up. Try to maintain the majority of your weight through the heel of your foot that's planted to the ground, driving through the hips as you come up to standing. Shifting your weight to one side, straightening the other leg, coming down to heel touch on the floor, up, heel touch below you. Pressing through the heel of the foot on the ground, tapping the heel in front, tapping the heel below. Challenge yourself to see what range of movement you can achieve, how low can you go before coming back up. Now for this exercise you have two options. You can leave your lower knee on the ground as support, or if you want to make it more challenging, you can have both feet out by your side, pressing off your forearm here and your feet to bring your hips off the floor into this position. So we're going to bring our foot up to the sky, hand out in front, and then elbow to your knee. This is going to challenge your obliques. Stretch out all the way and back in. Onto your side with the option of knee on the floor or going from your feet, stretching out your arm above your head here and foot up in the air, elbow to knee. Trying to maintain a long line from your head to your toes. Standing at the end of your mat, coming into a lunge position, down, up, lifting the knee through, back down behind and back to standing. Then alternate to the other side. Down, lifting the knee up, back down behind to standing. Keep the movement controlled, going down and coming back up. Try to keep your knee tracking with your front foot on the way down. In a sitting position, hands behind you, we're going to extend out with our body, our knees coming away from our chest, and then bringing our chest back to our knees to challenge our core. And if you want to make this more difficult, you can do it without your hands on the floor and place them across your chest. Keep the tempo nice and consistent. Keep your breaths consistent. Coming down in a controlled manner, coming up in the same way. Come down to hands and knees on the floor. Ensure your core is strong by tucking your pelvis under. Lifting your right hand off the ground as your left leg straightens. Extending out, slowly coming down, alternating to the other side, while maintaining a strong core. Keep the movement slow and controlled. Stop your back from twisting by keeping your core strong. Squatting. Feet slightly wider than hip width apart, toes pointing a few degrees out. Hands together on the way down, hands out on the way up. Feeling the majority of the weight through your heels of your feet, while the balls and toes are still planted firmly to the ground. Keep your knees pressed out, not allowing the knees to concave in. Nice and controlled on the way down, and the same on the way up. If you feel any knee pain on the way down, stop just above that. Find a range of movement that works for your body. Keep checking in. Can you go a little bit lower